at Gillette Stadium. Ashland is the Super Bowl champion of Division 6 and the winner of the Aganis Trophy.
Hi, I'm Michael Carrot, Assistant Superintendent. On behalf of Mr. Adams and myself, we want to wish the entire community of Ashland a very happy Thanksgiving. We hope you all enjoy being with family and friends, and we hope you also enjoy some football.
On behalf of Ashland High School, happy Thanksgiving, good luck at the game. Go Clockers!
On behalf of the Ashland Select Board, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and go Clockers!
From all of us here at Ashland Town Hall, I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and go Clockers. Go Clockers!
On behalf of the Ashland Community Center, we want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and we want to give you all a great big luck. I don't know what I'm saying.
From Mr. Handyman, your home improvement professionals, happy Thanksgiving and go Clockers.
On behalf of Techniplex Ashland, happy Thanksgiving. Have a great game and go Clockers!
On behalf of the Ashland Police Department, we'd like to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. Good luck in today's game. Go Clockers!
On behalf of the Ashland Fire Department, happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, I'm Jack Lewis, your state rep, wishing you best of luck on today's game.
I'm Karen Spilka, Senate President and representing Metro West. Have a great game, be safe, have fun, and happy Turkey Day. Happy Thanksgiving.
Take rolling.
On behalf of Ashland High School, scoot up, forget it.
Let's go meet some Hillers.
We wish all of Ashland a happy Thanksgiving, and to everybody playing the football game today, we wish you great luck and have a lot of fun. Go Clockers! Woo! Go Clockers!
From all of us here at WACA-TV, happy Thanksgiving and go Clockers!
All right, everybody, welcome to William Cunis Field, the Plateau here at Ashland High School for this exciting Thanksgiving Day matchup. This has been going on since 1923, the Ashland Clockers, Hopkinton Hillers. I'm Rob Silver, my partner today on the mic, Chase Abrams. You booted your dad.
Yeah. Well, he volunteered is the story we're gonna go with today. But yeah, I cannot wait to do this game. We got about 12.5 minutes to kick off. Teams are leaving the field now, heading back to the locker room. Some last-second preparations before we get underway. As you mentioned, they've been doing this game for 100 years now. So this is a pretty big milestone.
Yeah.
We've got this morning.
Hopkinton leading the series up to now, 54-39 and 5, and been going back and forth. Home field advantage has been the key lately. Early lines, we talked about that. You mentioned, did you see the lines that this Bobby Platinum put out?
Yeah. My papers are flapping around a little bit. It's going to be windy up here.
So Ashland favored by 6.5, over under 44.5. It's been a tale of two seasons really for Hopkinton. Hopkinton coming in at 5-5. They started off strong, and then they had a stretch midway through the season where, we were talking, they lost 49-42 to a good Westwood team, who we beat, and Westwood beat Norwood, so the Tri-Valley Large is up in the air right now. And then Hopkinton lost 49-7. We lost 41-0 to Holliston. And then they lost 54-0 to Norwood. Norwood was coming off a loss, so they were probably highly motivated. And Hopkinton finished last week with a 20-0 win over Dover Sherburne, who we beat in the opener. So you don't know with Hopkinton. It's like Hopkinton's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, both these teams a little bit back and forth so far this year. Ashland kind of alternating between wins and losses for the entirety of the regular season.
Yeah.
They come into this one losing their last 3 straight, but 2 come against Holliston, who have been a powerhouse in this division for a little while now. So obviously take that with a grain of salt. For those of you doing math at home, you'll notice that the record that Rob mentioned does not actually add up to 100. So this is the 100th year of this game happening, but we've only actually had 98 instances so far. We missed the year because of a snowstorm, I think back in like the 60s or 70s, and then that COVID season as well.
Yeah, 1923. Do you know who was in office, the president?
Oh,
There's going to be a lot of trivia today that's going to throw him off. He's going to get frustrated. We'll see if he can keep his composure.
I don't even want to put out a guess there.
Okay, really?
Sorry. Oh, boy.
Calvin Coolidge.
Calvin Coolidge, okay.
Do you know his nickname, Calvin Coolidge?
I'm sure I did last year.
Silent Cal. So, well, you're graduating. This
I
is
know.
the stuff. This is the important knowledge.
You're
that's
putting me
gonna
on the spot
make
in
you
front of
success-
people right now. This isn't a good look, Rob.
It's always a good look when you're on there.
Thanks, man.
So, yeah, the offense, as we know, we talked about, Hopkinton. I don't know too much about them. All I know is Sam Pantera, excellent, player. A lot of speed, he's had some touchdown receptions. I think the key to the game is going to be putting pressure on the Hopkinton quarterback. If they have time, they have 3 really, capable players in the backfield, Cooper Fossbender, Sam Pantera, and you'll see Christian Pereira as well. And if they get into open space, they're tough to catch. So got to get them early before they get running up and down. And then with Ashland, early MVP odds for the game. We have the favorite right now is Kevin Ozalumba. As we know, explosive both sides of the ball.
Absolutely. I think you and I on the call for that game he had earlier this year. It was one of the best single player performances I've seen in my 4 years at Ashland High School, my 7 years commentating. I think it was 3 or 4 total touchdowns, 2 on offense, 2 on defense. Really just a completely dominant performance, and he's going to look to at least come close to replicating that this morning.
Yeah, and the money's coming in on Cam Antonuck. Obviously, Cam, the quarterback, he's going to touch the ball a lot.
Senior captain.
He can run. Obviously, he can throw. He's out there on defense as Ashland comes up on the field. Got the bagpipes playing.
Yep.
And it's always just a great day, Thanksgiving Day. I mean, Ashland 4-6, Hopkinton 5-5. But it's the last game for these seniors, and this is what they're going to remember.
Yeah, absolutely.
It means so much. I just remember when Jake was playing football. If you won on Thanksgiving Day, it was a good day.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're going to mention that 100, that number 100 a couple times today. That's no joke. This game has been going on for a long time. This is a big rivalry, and this is the game that decides it. So Ashland coming back onto the field. Senior captain Nate Cavanaugh holds in the flag. Yeah, this will be a windy day, so passing will be something to keep an eye on for sure.
So, all right, well, we're about 4.5 minutes away from the official start time, so we're going to wrap it up. We're going to get a word from our sponsors, Mr. Handyman, 126 Self-Storage, Technoplex Healthcare, and Townhouse Pizza. So come back in a few minutes, and we'll be ready for the kickoff. Watching Rob Silver, Chase Abrams, WACA-TV. We'll be back in a moment. Thanks, guys.
That concludes our national anthem, and we are going to be underway here at William L. Kunis Field, the Plateau at Ashland High School. In just a second, as you mentioned, Ashland will receive
9.7. 9.7. I love that. First time duet we've had.
Yeah.
National anthem.
Yeah, and they crushed it. That was fantastic.
They did go under. A minute, 5 seconds.
Coin toss and deferred. They'll be kicking off to Ashland.
I want to give a shout out. I hope my daughter is watching down in lovely warm Boca Raton with her cousins. Hallie, love you. Have a great Thanksgiving. See you soon. Senior down at University of Florida. Shout out to Tony and Melissa, her mom and stepdad, and all the grunts, her cousins that they're probably all watching the game right now, opening kickoff just about 2 seconds away. That is Evan Gronmeyer kicking away for Hopkinton.
And we are underway here at Ashland High School. Crispin will take the kickoff, bounce it to the outside, cuts back towards the middle, and wrapped up by 2 Hopkinton defenders right around the 24-yard line of the Clockers, and that is where they'll take over. Well, it feels silly that we haven't said this so far, but to all our viewers, happy Thanksgiving. This is, it is the day. This is Thanksgiving football.
Yeah, all the alumni that are probably watching. It is a big, you know, I say alumni football players. They watch, they
they're
care.
here.
You know, you're invested for life. So we'll see what we go with to start.
Yeah, it's a familiar formation for Clocker fans.
Yeah.
They are in the gunk.
Crispin pitches to Crispin. Excuse me. Antonuck pitches to Crispin. Gets nice chunk, 7, 8
strong
yards.
yardage. That looked closer to 9 to me, Rob. We'll see where they spot it. It's going to be very close to a first, second and short.
Yeah.
So a strong first play from the Clockers. We'll
Oh,
see
they-
if that's a
they
signifier
give-
of what's to come.
They gave him the first down.
They
10
did give
yards.
him the first. How about that? Right back to the gunk formation. Same play. Crispin going up the middle. Fights past that initial line before he's wrapped up. Fossbender on the tackle there. You mentioned him as a name to watch on offense, making his presence felt on defense there. Taking Crispin down to the turf early on, but not until after a pickup of 5 yards on first down.
This one goes to Ozalumba. Has some room. Is able to push forward.
Yeah, weaving through the
10
center of
yards.
that defense. It's a
Yeah. No, he just looked very controlled, you know, not just waiting for the holes to develop.
Yeah, credit to these Ashland tailbacks, Ozalumba and Crispin. We've already mentioned them a few times today. Just the vision it takes to run this play. It's not easy as Ozalumba gets another strong positive play on first down. That one's going to go for another 4 or 5 yards for the Clockers, and it's second and medium.
Over under on the longest touchdown play of the day, 48.5. So that's
48.5.
48 yards.
Right now it's
Both-
looking like the Clockers
well-
are content to just rip off 5 and 10 yard runs up the gut.
Well,
So
now it's off the table for this drive. But both teams have the ability to make big plays.
Hopkinton finally getting a little bit of a measure of revenge there, stopping Crispin for either a yard or no gain, depending on the spot. It's going to be about 3rd and 4 for the Clockers here on their opening drive, right around that 46-yard line.
Ozalumba's longest run of the year, 68 yards, and
think you and I
Cam
were on the call for that
Antonuck
one.
had a 65-yard touchdown run. As
He'll hold
Antonuck
on to it
keeps
here.
Rolls forward just shy of the first down, 40.5-yard line. 4th down in about a yard.
Offense is going to stay on the field. Why not? They've had a lot of success with the gunk plays so far. They're going to go right back to it.
See if they try and draw them off sides or they just do a regular. Oh, there it is. Yeah,
And
and
there's
there's
the
the
flag.
flag. Coach McKay had to point it out. He wasn't going to call it. So, I
Sent
mean,
Ozalumba in motion, never snapped the ball, and it's going to be 5 yards and a first down for the Clockers.
yeah, that's just experience. I mean, you watch the game film, they'll do that a lot. They look like they're going to hurry up and try and catch you off guard with a quick snap before you get, but they really just do the hard count and try and draw you off sides. That time Hopkinton fell for it. Crispin on the pitch, about 3 yards.
Yeah, and so much of this game has a mental aspect to it as well. So we'll see if that offsides play can be something the Clockers use to their advantage throughout this morning's game. Well, 8:53 to go here in the first quarter. Clockers slowly but surely moving their way through Hopkinton territory, getting close to the 30-yard line now and staying in that gunk formation.
Crispin trying to take it out. Covered well by Hopkinton.
Yeah, first run to the outside for the Clockers, and based on how the Hillers defended, I'm thinking it's going to be the last one for a little bit as well.
And in comes the Robbie Rudisil, David Sales, Jacob Friels. So it looks like it's going to be a passing formation.
It's a four-man substitution right there for the Clockers.
Yeah, so they get out of the gunk, see if they do a little curl route to Rudisil. But I think I think consciously he wants to get these seniors involved, so he may be more inclined to go to Fields or Sales at the bottom of the screen here. I think.
Yeah, is Tyler Pine out there as well? Can't quite see. Sales in motion.
And
Ozalumba in Wildcat. He's going to keep it himself. He's got space to work. Cuts it through the inside of the defense, and he's in for a touchdown. David Ozalumba on 3rd and long. Runs through the heart of the Hopkinton defense and puts points on the board for the Clockers first.
And that is Coach McKay in a nutshell right there. Everything, everything is deception. He brings in the receivers, sends the guy in motion. You think, it's got to be a pass, and sure enough, spreads out the offense, and Ozalumba finds the hole, takes it to the house, 23 yards, 26 yards, and the extra point is good by Wolf. Aaron Wolf, and 7-0.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, every ounce of football logic pointed towards that being a pass. McKay used that against the Hillers. Ozalumba showed off the vision and speed in the open space and put points on the board for the Clockers. 7-0 with 7:46 to go here in the first quarter. Clockers set to kick off soon.
Yeah, and one of the biggest plays was the offsides play, and that's something that Coach McKay practices, where they hurry up to the offense, they do the the hard count, and in that particular situation, exactly the 4th and short, and it worked. And Ashland out to a quick lead. So Aaron Wolf to kick away. He's got the wind behind his back. Just a sophomore, but well accomplished. He's been very impressive. He's had a couple field goals. Had a big field goal in the playoff loss to Holliston. Had a field goal, I think, at the end of the season as well. Little pooch kick to the empty space. Got to stay in bounds, but it does not. Very, very difficult. You don't have a lot of room. And maybe the probably wanted to get a little bit more height on that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. In high school, it's just so much more difficult to pull off that play. You want to get some air under it, give your teammates a chance to run after it a little bit.
They did execute that to perfection, though, in the Holliston playoff game coming out of the half. So,
yeah, Coach McKay figured they'd try it again.
8.5 to 1 odds. If you were sitting with that ticket, you're on the edge of your seat.
Yes. Ashland fans showed up today. This is fantastic to see. It's one of the most attended games I've been to this year, and no surprise, but it's still just incredible to see the Ashland residents show up for their team.
A lot of alumni on the sidelines as well. I see Brandon Grover. Can't make out all the other people. Everyone's wearing hoods. And
Grover, multi-sport varsity athlete, also a star for this basketball team a couple of years back.
It's a handoff to Fossbender.
It's a quick, big tackle there.
Omari Lee making his bid for the MVP.
Yes, it's a good start. 2-yard gain for the Hillers on first down. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Hopkinton.
Mr. Tubin on the PA announcing for tonight. It's Cole Tubin's dad. Always does a fantastic job, so shout out to him.
It's got to be about 15 degrees cooler here in the shade. I did not account for that when picking out my wardrobe this morning.
Yeah, I always try to overdo it a little bit. Better be a little warm than a little cold.
Sideline pass, and he's tackled immediately by Devin O'Brien.
Yeah, O'Brien read that beautifully. Hillers ran a little bubble screen to the outside part of the field. O'Brien, a little bit of a bad route to the ball, but he got there in time, and it's just another 1 or 2 yard gain for the Hillers. It's going to be 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 here.
That was a pass by quarterback at this time, Josh Buentello, a sophomore.
Yeah, we did hear about a potential injury to Hopkinton's starting quarterback.
Yeah, who I believe was Julian Rivard.
So far, evidence supporting that.
We don't have much on the scouting report on Buentello, but physically a tall player, keeps it there.
Look at that.
And Devin O'Brien again, back-to-back.
Yeah. What are his MVP odds today, Rob?
He's in the field. Part of the field at 8 to 1.
Nice. Yeah, early bid there. A big tackle, and then a big tackle for loss immediately after that.
Yeah, and it's not out of the junior. Not out of the question to see Devin O'Brien in that Wildcat formation that we've taken some direct handoff and even a sweep.
Yeah, at times we've seen the linebackers on this team struggle in both run and pass protection, but he looked really good on both
So
run and pass there.
A low punt.
Ashland's got nobody back there to receive it, so Hopkinton happy to let it trickle down inside the 40, close to the 30, where the ball will finally be down.
The ball defying physics as it kept rolling forward. It looked like it was stopped, but it rolled into the wind.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I was going to say it's going against the wind. I don't know how that happened. Well, as it stands, ball down between the 30 and 31 yard lines, which is where the Clockers will take over on offense.
I want to say happy Thanksgiving. My friends watching from Higgins Beach, Robert Johnson, otherwise known as Sir, and his son KC Johnson. Happy Thanksgiving. Dave Bowden, Paul's brother.
That's my old soccer
happy
coach.
Happy Thanksgiving, Dave and Tracy and Joey. And the Fifields, Marathon Deli, Doug and Meg. As there's a pitch to Ozalumba. Squirts through some tacklers and gets 10 yards.
Kevin Ozalumba.
Strong running there from Ozalumba. Quick 9 yards, and this is looking already pretty similar to the first drive.
Yeah, he's up to almost 40 yards.
I mean, that touchdown run.
Yeah, I think he's actually at 45 yards. We'll check our stats in a moment. Mishandled snap, and it's picked up by Hopkinton, and they take it forward for 3 yards. But one thing Ashland has done really well this year is protect the ball.
Yeah, I was going to say a rare miscue out of that gunk formation. Yeah. It took a tackle from Crispin to keep Hopkinton from running that one back. So
yeah, it was number 12, James Marcinowski, with the heads-up play to get the ball and actually pick it up.
Yeah, so the first mistake of the day from this Clocker offense gives the Hillers prime field position on the Ashland 33-yard line.
Ashland's been pretty good in the face of adversity, overcoming some of these miscues, so we'll see what happens here. Busanella looks to pitch, keeps it, finds a good hole.
Yeah, right call on the option play there. He's going to be good for very close to the first down. So Wintello gets the Hillers 9 yards. And I believe that's their biggest offensive play of the day.
Yeah, they gave him the 10, first down.
So Hillers quickly with a new set of downs, inching towards the Clocker red zone.
Shout out to Happy Thanksgiving to my brother Brian and Carol.
You always have so many people watching you doing this, Rob. It's so cool to see.
Yeah. And, Zach and Molly, although they're probably still sleeping. Oh, a high pitch handled, but not before.
Amari Lee
able to get in the backfield.
Big TFL.
It's actually 44.
Oh, that is Jared Tanning.
Jared Canning. The double fives and the double fours.
Yes, it's thrown me off a little.
It's always been a problem growing up for you, I've heard.
Second and 10.
So Canning, it looks like a TFL. They're going to say stopped him for no gain.
Double 11. Devin O'Brien was in there, so
yes.
I think your math automatically in your head, you're like 11:44. It's got to be Amari Lee 50.
Yes. Yeah, Canning, one of the standout players on this defensive line for the Clockers. Amari Lee, the stand-up rusher, moves towards the outside. May have stepped off sides.
Yeah, I don't see a flag.
Quarterback's going to take off.
Big hole for the sophomore quarterback. And Bontello gets another first down as they get into the red zone and first and goal from the 5.
Yeah, well, Wintello's first QB run, if you recall, was a Devin O'Brien negative 2-yard TFL. His last two, however, have netted the Hillers 25 yards and a couple first downs, and they are knocking on the door of the end zone for Ashland right now.
So it gets a little tougher down here with the smaller playing field. It's a handoff to Number 4, that's Cooper Fossbender. Gets about a yard.
Tackle by number 79, Nate Kavanaugh.
Second and goal from the 2, Nate Kavanaugh on the tackle.
Big stop there from the big defensive tackle.
From the 2-yard line.
But since you were born, in recent years, Hopkinton has dominated on Thanksgiving Day. They've won 17 out of the last 21 dating back to 2001. Well, it's been a little better the last, 4 or 5 years. It's back and forth.
Yeah, I remember last year's game. Clockers kept it pretty close in that first half before Hopkinton just did what they wanted in the second.
32-14 was the final, but you're right, it was competitive, and Ashland crushed them.
It's a big
43
touchdown pass from Herter to Jerry Judge in the first half of
Again,
that
that time it's Omari Lee.
We're going to see if they give him the line to gain.
The line to gain is the goal line, so definitely didn't get that. So he's 3rd and goal from the 1.
A huge tackle from Lee, giving the Clockers another chance to make a stop here.
I think you just got to force them to throw. Pack it in.
Pillars seem content to just run it down the Clockers' throats right now. It wasn't working on the first drive. It seems to be working here.
Now, you're wearing a Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes, I apologize to the viewers for that.
Well, it's okay. Do you think they run that play?
Do they run the QB sneak? I don't know. I was going to say I'm thinking this is going to be a QB keeper. They've had some success with it so far. I would not be surprised if that sophomore quarterback keeps it himself here.
Oh, Ashland into the backfield. Devin O'Brien.
Another big play from number 11. Double 1-1 is going to force a 4th and goal for the Hillers and move them back a yard or 2.
It's a heck of a goal line stand so far. Let's see if
Love
they can
to see
finish
them.
it off.
Yeah, exactly. Ticking down under 30 seconds now to go here in the first quarter. Looks like there's going to be time to get one more play off before we take a break.
Even have to call a timeout. This clock's got to be running down here.
Yeah, Hopkinton gets set. QB in the shotgun. 14 goes in motion. He's going to keep it himself.
He's
Option
going
play,
nowhere.
and there's O'Brien in the backfield again. Devin O'Brien, a huge 4th down stop. It's a turnover on downs. The Clockers will take over on their own 6-yard line.
What a stand by Devin O'Brien.
And he is hyped on the sideline. Taylors aren't figuring out how to block him just yet.
Canning.
O'Brien shot out of a cannon to tackle the Hopkinton quarterback on the outside run. And it'll be Clocker ball from their own 10-yard line.
So 2 seconds left. We'll have one play, and then we'll go to a break and get everybody a chance to freshen up their drinks over at TJ's, where the rivalry in a microcosm taking place right there. And here we go with
Crispin, a nice cut to the inside.
Big run to give them some breathing room. 20 yards on the carry.
That was Ozalumba. My mistake. Quick burst of speed from Ozalumba.
So you're watching Thanksgiving Day football here on WACA-TV. We'll be back in a moment.
Misdirection
65 yards out.
Coach McKay had Antonik fake a couple handoffs. Looked like he kept it himself. Ozalumba had 2 men to beat. He beat the first one, outran the second one. It's a long touchdown for the Clockers, and it's 13-0 with 11:27 to go in the first half.
So what a turn of events. Hopkinton on a turnover, looking to almost go in the end zone from 1st and goal. Ashland stops them. Couple big plays, and none bigger than the 65-yard run by the Wizard of Oz, Kevin Ozalumba. Second touchdown of the day, puts them up 14-0 after the Aaron Wolf extra point.
You coining that nickname? I haven't heard that one yet.
I kind of snuck it in a little low-key, but we got 2 more years left with Kevin Ozalumba after this.
Easy to forget he's only a sophomore. Such a big focal point of this Ashland offense, and he showed you why right there. Huge 65-yard touchdown run, like you said. And if you took the over on longest play from scrimmage today, that just hit.
That's what I told you. Both these teams have the ability to break the big one.
So chunk touchdown play from the Clockers gets the crowd into this, and it's an early 14-0 lead here at home.
He had a huge run in the Holliston playoff game but he was caught from behind just inside the 10.
Yeah, not this time.
So, yeah. And I think as he gets a little older, works a little bit on the weight machine on the legs, you know, he'll get a little faster too.
Oh.
We saw that big transformation for the running back with Andrew Molesky a couple of years ago.
Oh,
when
yeah.
he became a senior, he was just unstoppable.
And it was because he hit the weight room like you talked about.
Yeah, his legs were just massive.
Yes. Little
So
conference
we'll see.
before this kickoff.
There's
It's
a
going to be a
little-
little dink. It's
Got a
off the
chance.
hands of a Hopkinton player. He will fall on it around the 35-yard line. But Hopkinton players and fans alike holding their breath for a second there.
Braden Joaquim on the recovery.
Yeah,
And
sure hands though.
Yeah, the wind makes it a little tough, so you gotta factor that in.
Yeah, and of course that football just never bounces the way you want it to.
We'll give the full sponsor shout-outs soon, but we just want to again thank them all. Technoplex Flexibles, 126 Self-Storage, Mr. Handyman, and Townhouse Pizza.
Clocker's defense looks to retain its dominant form, only allowing 2 first downs in total in that first quarter, and forcing a turnover on the 1-yard line. Lee quickly through the line of scrimmage. Quarterback's got to get rid of it quick. It is caught for a couple
Pantera.
of yards, but Cam Antonick just lit up his quarterback counterpart. Might have been O'Brien actually. Couldn't quite see who made that play.
Might have been Omari Lee on the tackle.
Yeah, Lee had the initial pressure, and then there was secondary pressure as well.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do with Pantera. He's quite the athlete.
He's a big guy,
He's
yeah.
had some big games and some really big touchdown catches. I think he had a big one in the opening win against Wayland when they won 20-19 late in the game.
Yeah,
So you gotta contain him and tackle him right away.
Yeah, Clocker's definitely winning the physicality game so far.
That was one of the keys of the game. They got to control that line. Oh, mishandled snap.
Ball is on the ground. There's a pile of bodies on it. Both
Ashland.
teams say it's theirs. Ashland more adamant, and the ref agrees with them. Clockers pounce on the dropped fumble.
Omari Lee
coming away with it for Ashland, and they'll take over on the Hopkinton side of the 50-yard line. Actually inside that Hopkinton 40, so even better field position than I thought.
Yeah, and
39 yards.
you know it's a tough position for the quarterback Josh Quintella to come in as a sophomore on Thanksgiving Day. You play a bunch in JV, but it's a different animal once you're out there on a varsity squad on a big stage like this.
Yeah, I think O'Brien was watching film before this game a lot because he diagrammed exactly where that play was going. And I really think it was more of a self-inflicted error on Hopkinton, but just the fact that O'Brien was, he was going to be there if they dropped it or not.
Yeah, definitely. No, it was a mishandled handoff in the snap. But like you said, he was so distracted. O'Brien's been getting through that offensive line, creating
Cold weather,
havoc.
wind, a lot of people at this game. Clocker's showing up so far. Back to the gunk formation. It'll go to Crispin.
Finds a hole.
About 4 or 5 more yards for Ashland there. It'll bring up third and relatively short. Third and 3.
9.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Your Ashland Clockers leading 14-0 on 2 big touchdown plays by Kevin Ozalumba, one from 26 yards out, the other from 65 yards.
Looking to hit triple digits. He's definitely on pace for that with still, like you said, 9 minutes to go here in the first half.
Be surprised to see some kind of throw at some point as Antonick rolls, keeps it himself.
QB keeper, he found a hole, and it looks like he's going to get enough for the first down. Cam Antonick, a strong run up the gut. Gets the Clockers a fresh set of downs inside the Hopkinton 30-yard line.
Is that a yellow, is that a penalty flag on the ground? Personal foul, Hopkinton.
Go against the defense.
Little extracurricular activity on the bottom of the pile.
Yep. It's going to add insult to injury for these Hillers who are already trying to dig out of a 14-point hole.
Yeah, half the distance. They were at the 26, so that'll bring them to the 13 if I've done my math correctly. refs explaining to Coach Sanborn what the infraction was. And I'm not sure how that works out to 5 yards. 5 yards for unsportsmanlike conduct. Interesting. Okay. 19-yard line, and that's Devin O'Brien.
Yeah, get him involved on offense. Why not? He's already been the highlight player on defense.
Yeah.
It's going to be those more yards than I thought. I gave him 7 yards for that one. So double one, number 11, Devin O'Brien. A quick 7-yard gain on first down, 2nd and 3 from just about that Hopkinton 10-yard line for the Clockers. 8:20 to go in the first half. You think they feed Crispin here? I can't tell if he's out there.
That one, Devin O'Brien, direct snap. Spun around. Somebody lost their helmet.
Matt Terry lost a helmet.
He's got to come out for
Looks
a
like
play.
he's okay. Yeah, you are the rules expert. Helmet comes off. He's got to miss a play. He's going to hustle off.
Actually, he was tired. I think he took it off on purpose.
Okay. Got it.
Now, did you know the reference in the pregame when we said you never know, Hopkinton, life is like a box of chocolates? Did you know the movie
Forrest
reference?
Gump?
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I didn't know where your movie knowledge stops and begins.
Just because I didn't get Hoosiers 3 years ago, you know.
Well, I was also going to mention when we were talking about the lines, here's a pitch to Crispin. 1st and goal from the 8. He gets about 3.5 yards, 4 yards. No, I was going to say when we were talking the Bobby Platinum's lines that there's no gambling at Ashland at William Tunis Field. And there's a reference, no gambling at Bushwood. Do you remember that movie reference?
That one I don't.
There's
a quick pitch to Crispin. He's fighting for the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown for the senior tailback for the Clockers.
And that actually goes as a run,
That
not
is,
a
it was a backwards pass, yeah. It was an interesting play. I haven't seen them run that one before. Crispin motioned way outside, but still pretty far back behind the line of scrimmage. They got him the ball. He had one man to beat. Fought to the inside and stretched across the goal line for 6.
We did say 6-1 odds, a sleeper. Good value for Crispin. Nice Aaron Wolf extra point makes it 21-0.
Yeah, it was still going up.
No, there's no gambling at Bushwood. Is a famous quote from Stripes.
Stripes.
Not
Haven't
Stripes.
seen it yet.
I said
Caddyshack. I thought it was Caddyshack. Okay,
Caddyshack.
so I have
Wow.
seen Caddyshack. Should have known that line actually. Okay, I'll be better.
Do you know the actor who said it?
I mean, because you got it mixed up with Stripes, I'm going to guess it was Bill Murray.
No. Bill Murray was in both movies.
Yeah.
No. Ted Knight. Ted Knight was
okay.
the white hair guy, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a great movie. Rodney Dangerfield, Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
It's one of my dad's favorites. He would have gotten that reference.
Nice. Cinderella kid. Somebody saying, watch the onside kick.
We've been looking out for it all game.
Right. I think they might just try it till till it works. And there he
sure-handed
same
reception.
guy again. You know, at some point, I don't mind kicking it off and just Braden Jokum on the reception there. Gives them good starting field position, so.
I'm guessing maybe they've seen something on film that's the guy that they're targeting or something. You know, a couple onside kick attempts have gone right to him. So, but he has proved equal to the task so far, and he gets to Hiller's good field position with under 7 minutes to go in the first half. Hopkinton will get set here. 3 receivers stacked to the top, one towards the bottom of your screen. QB in shotgun, one tailback behind him. It's going to be a straight-up pass. Whistle is blown. I think that's going to be a false start against the Hillers.
Yeah, the running back started to move a little forward before the snap.
Yeah, can't do that. No. So, Hillers, another self-inflicted wound there. They'll move back 5 yards and try it again.
Yeah, 6:51 to play here in the first half.
Clock ticking. Hopkinton still plenty of time to make a scoring drive possible here.
Yeah, if they can put something together here, they do start the second half receiving the ball. So it's not out of reach yet, but they got to find some consistency on offense. Ashland just dominating. And they're in the backfield again, chasing them down. And Devin O'Brien again.
Jared Canning following the ball carrier as well, but O'Brien once again the man to make the tackle. Be no gain for the Hillers, and it's 2nd and long. Well, maybe they give him a yard there.
2nd and 13.
Yard or two.
Yeah, 2nd and 13 after the penalty.
Hillers have had a few successful runs, but overall not a ton of success. More recently, pretty much all their successes come from QB keepers, but they haven't gone back to that play in a while, and they also haven't really tried a pass play. QB keeper here, it's an option play, and it's fumbled.
Oh, wow.
He picks it right back up, but immediately hits the deck.
Nick Pedroli. I mean, everybody knew that pitch was coming.
Yeah, that option play has not had a lot of success for them either so far. They went back to it here.
Yeah, the one time where he kept it, he pulled it back and kept it.
Yeah,
he made some good yardage. But that one you could see he was looking at him the whole way.
Yeah.
He didn't even look to see if there was a hole.
Yeah, so it's a 3rd and let's say slightly less than manageable here for the Hillers. 3rd and about 20.
So the play here is you got to give your quarterback a couple seconds to set and throw it, but I think they throw it up to Pantera. Look at the size difference here at the bottom of the screen.
Against Sales.
And
they
throw
immediately
it
hit. Laid out by about 3 clockers.
O'Brien and Mermelstein.
Yep, Amari Lee as well in the backfield
Mermelstein,
very quickly. This Ashland defensive line, their linebackers have been making an impact on defense. They've been the players of the game so far, other than maybe Ozalumba.
Right, and it's just even more of a hurdle to overcome for Hopkinton. If they had Julian Rivard in there, it's difficult enough, but then you have this sophomore again making the start.
Yeah, on the defensive end, the run hasn't been working, but guess what? Clockers are controlling the line of scrimmage on pass plays, so that's not really going to have a lot of success either. Ashland surprisingly out of the gunk formation.
Could see a block here. Could see a block. Oh, did he get a piece of it? They're going to call, there's the penalty on the kicker. He roughed him.
It's going to be rough. So do they have a difference between roughing and running into the punter here?
I'm not sure if they do at the high school level.
Will it be an automatic first down?
You know something? It's not an automatic first down.
Okay.
It's 15 yards.
So that's somehow for the Hillers not an automatic first down, like you said. That's going to give them about 3 yards to gain, I believe.
It's either 5 yards or 10 yards or 15. I don't know, but it was 4th and 18.
Yeah.
Because I thought the other unsportsmanlike conduct was half the distance, and they only marked it off 5 yards. So
as long as it's not 20.
It looks like it's 5 yards, so it's going to be
so
4th and 13.
Probably the same thing once again.
Yeah, it was a good gamble then.
Running into the kicker.
Try it again.
Yeah, why not?
As long as there's no injury, I say that, Hey,
still see no punt returner back there for Ashland.
Now they're bringing everybody.
Not really.
It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, go for it.
Better protection.
Yeah, not going to be nearly as close this time.
Yeah.
And Hopkinton's going to let that one trickle inside the 30 and close to the 25 of the Clockers before downing it. 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Plenty of time for your Ashland Clockers to go on a scoring drive.
35 yards on the punt. And, personally, I'm a big fan of bringing everybody and trying to block it all the time. In general, they don't punt it far enough that you can really set up for a return most of the time. You run the risk of a fumble. And then, ultimately, how many yards is the ball going to really bounce forward? And, half the time it could bounce in your favor the way that, these things knuckle off the kicker's feet. So,
yeah, good analysis there. Crispin's got some space to work here. plowing across for a first down. It's a 13-yard gain for Crispin on first down.
Helmet came off. Play's got to come up for it. Number 23.
I don't think that one was on purpose this time.
No, John Sanda. Just wanted to get his name called on TV.
That's why
Happy
he did it.
Thanksgiving to John Sanda and the Sanda family. Equal opportunity broadcasting. We love Hopkinton and Ashland. There's another misdirection.
Not going to net nearly as many yards as last time, but still a solid gain on first down. Like that's a play where it feels like Hopkinton is that feels like a win for Hopkinton at that point, which really says something about how the Clockers are controlling this game so far. I mean, that's a 5-yard run on first down, and to say that, hey, Hopkinton looked good on that play should really tell you something about how dominant this Ashland offense has been to start. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Not wavering from the gunk formation. Crispin moving to the outside. He's got a couple Hopkinton defenders on his back. Still fights forward for 4, and it's going to be close to a first down. Not quite. It'll be 3rd and short here for Ashland.
The game clock clicking down. Under 3 minutes. 2:48 to go.
They have a 2-minute warning.
And there's the quick
offside.
On the 3rd and short.
Another brilliant play call there from Coach McKay. Gets Clockers free 5 yards and a first down.
Want to give a happy Thanksgiving shout out to the Spectors over in Hopkinton. Hopkinton family, Donna and Steve Spector.
Yeah, and really just shout out to this Hopkinton fan base as a whole. It's been a while since we've seen the visitors section fill out the way it has today. I mean, they are lined up along the fence back there. It's really cool. I mean, this game means a lot. It means a lot to a lot of people, and it's awesome to see the number of people that show up from both sides.
Yeah, we missed it because of the COVID year, and then it was in Hopkinton last year, 2021. It was I think limited attendance.
Yeah, you were on the call for that 2021 game. I was on camera for it. Not the best weather that year. I think it was sleeting a little bit.
So
let's see if they try to draw them offsides again here.
1:44 to go. 3rd and 3. They push ahead for more than enough.
Straight forward. That's kind of like that Eagles play call. QB sneak will get more than enough.
Timeout as the Clockers look to put one more score on the board before the end of the half. 1:36 to go. 21-0. And gives us a time to thank our sponsors.
We're flipping through. Yeah, first sponsor of the day is Mr. Handyman. WACA-TV's coverage of today's game is sponsored in part by Mr. Handyman, the home improvement professionals. They're your one-call solution for a wide range of home maintenance and repair needs. Oh boy. Performed by fully insured technicians. Located right here in Ashland at 200 Butterfield Drive. Give them a call at 508-231-4639 or request service at MrHandyman.com. Wind got in the way of my ad promotion there.
Trying to do one more. 126 self-storage, located at 162 Pond Street, and owned by Ashland resident Michael King. Gated and fenced with 24-hour security cameras. They offer convenient drive-up storage units for both your residential and commercial needs. Temperature-controlled units and outdoor vehicle, boat, and RV storage is also available. Check them out at 126selfstorage.com. Thank you to Michael Kane for being a great underwriter for WACA's coverage of Ashland High School football games.
Always happy to shout out our sponsors. Super thankful.
1st and 10, 1:36 to go.
Clockers have some players lined up out wide. Out of the gunk formation, it's going to be a pitch to Crispin. He's going to run it up the middle for about 5.
Just like he's done all game. Very patient, waiting behind his blockers.
Yeah, showing off his vision as well. Going to be a 2nd and medium as the clock ticks down under 1:20 to go in the first half. Clockers still with a couple timeouts to work with. We could see a potential field goal attempt here.
Different formation here. Going to see if we can get
Wildcat to Ozalumba. He's going to hold on to it. Hopkinton ready this time. That looks like his forward progress is going to be stopped. Thought it might have been a face mask. Hard to tell from up here.
Another timeout. Gives you a chance.
Yeah, we'll do this again. Today's sports coverage on WACA-TV is sponsored in part by Techniplex Healthcare. Techniplex Healthcare leverages its world-class materials and science knowledge to deliver better patient outcomes by designing and manufacturing products that allow for less invasive procedures, reduce pain, enable faster healing, and safer drug delivery. Techniplex Healthcare is a proud sponsor of the Ashland boys football team and wishes everyone a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so I think McKay threw that little play in there during the last timeout. You know, that option from Ozalumba.
The Wildcat,
yeah, the direct snap. Thought he might throw it.
Would have been interesting to see. You did mention the chance. There was a chance of a non-Cam Anton, a player not named Cam Antonik throwing a pass this morning.
Yeah, that was
still up in the air.
3-1.
Still plenty of time left for that to happen. We'll see how deep into his bag of tricks Coach McKay goes. But in this instance, he's going to go back to old reliable as Ashland sets up in the gunk formation again. Nope. Little bit of movement. Nate Kavanaugh moves to right tackle. Cam Antonik back in shotgun. It's going to be an option play. He'll hold on to it, look to throw. He's going to keep it himself, moving towards the sideline. He'll run out of bounds, good enough for a first down. Stopping the clock at 48 seconds to go.
Flag in the defensive backfield, a hold against Hopkinton. That'll probably be declined. Not sure what the yardage would be for that. Might be 10
guessing
yards.
5 yards, but no, it could be 10.
Yeah, it might be 10, which if that were the case, then I guess they would take it. It would negate the terrific run. Pull some stats off the board.
I liked that play call. I was a fan of that play call.
It was a good
Especially
play call.
That it started in gunk. You know, just add a little bit of extra confusion to the Hopkinton defense there.
Yeah, resetting the offense.
Yeah, I mean they moved the offensive line around. Nate Kavanaugh was lined up at guard, moved all the way out to right tackle. Antonik set back up in shotgun and, you know, had one receiver moving down the field. He kept it himself, got enough for the first down. Little referees conference.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out how many extra yards to tack on if they accept the penalty. So it's interesting if this score, you know, if it's kind of a blowout and Hopkinton can't manage anything on offense, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they throw a pass to Omari Lee or Kavanaugh.
I would love to see Nate Kavanaugh at least even just be targeted on a touchdown pass. That would be a fantastic end to his senior season right there.
You know, but the problem that you have is it's kind of, you don't want to rub it in Hopkinton's face, but you also want to support your team
toe that line
and make it fun and just give them something to remember.
Misdirection. The handoff finds Jason Crispin, it looks like.
We got one more timeout. They're going to run a quick play here, 39 seconds and clock ticking.
Hustling back into gunk.
2nd and 7.
There's a player lined up out wide. Nope, they're going to spike it with 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Coach, they're going spread. Ball spike to stop the clock.
Well, it's 3rd and medium to long. Not quite. You know, not at and goal downs just yet. The first down line to gain is around the 5-yard line. Clockers are around the 9 right now. So no guarantee they're even able to reset downs. This could end up being a field goal for the Clockers, but I doubt they'd settle for 3 when they have a chance at 6 or 7.
Yeah.
A little bit more of a spread
Tyler
formation.
Pine at the bottom of the screen.
Antonik's going to bounce it to the near side, throwing it to
Sales.
David Sales, but he's wrapped up immediately. It's a loss of a couple.
Are they going to go Wolf? This would be
it's the last time out for Coach
They
McKay.
get time to think about it. It would be a
I say they should go
32-yard
for it.
field goal.
There's 22.7 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah.
You're deep into Hopkinton territory. What's the pain in going for it?
To be honest with you, if Wolf was a senior, I think they might do it, but because he's a sophomore, I don't think it's as important.
For him to kick a field goal, you
yeah.
mean? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they'd be meeting for this long or, you know, talking about this much if they weren't going for it, so.
They get the first down, the clock stops, that gives them a chance to spike it. If they get the first down, they're first and goal around the 6. So let's see who comes out into this lineup. Sales.
They've got their wide receivers out there. You see Sales, you see number 22, who I believe is Robbie Rudisil.
Yeah.
So this is a passing formation. Antonik is going to be
and he's got
in
Pine,
the gun.
And he's got Pine at the top of the screen.
Yeah, 3 receivers up top, 1 down below. That is David Sales. He's looking
for Rudisil
over the middle in double coverage, and that's going to be incomplete. Robbie Rudisil trying to out-jump a couple Hopkinton defenders. He's going to be unsuccessful, and the Clockers turn it over on downs with 17 seconds to go in the first half. Do we see the Hillers just take a knee here? I mean, I know it's not the fun thing to do, but they've had some problems with ball security. I mean,
at this
what,
point,
3 fumbles already?
You take the knee, you regroup.
Maybe 4? Have there been how many fumbles has Hopkinton had so far? Because I think it's been 4. They lost 2 or 3.
No, they've only lost 2 at the most.
Yeah, so we'll see what they decide to do. They don't look like they're in a formation to take a knee. They've got 2 receivers out to each side, a back behind the quarterback.
Yeah, and
they will take that knee. And the clock will run out. So at the end of 1, it's 21-0 in favor of the Clockers. They're going to exit the field to a big ovation from this home crowd.
An exuberant home crowd, to say the least. 21-0. As we go to the locker rooms, and everybody go freshen up your drinks and your Bloody Marys and your orange juices and hot cocoa. And we'll be back for another half of action here on WACA-TV. Rob Silver with Chase Abrams. We'll be back in a moment.
126 Self-Storage is located at 162 Pond Street and is owned by Ashland native Michael Kane. Gated and fenced with 24-hour security cameras, they offer convenient drive-up storage units for both your residential and commercial needs. Temperature-controlled units and outdoor vehicle, boat, and RV storage is also available. Check them out at 126selfstorage.com, and thank you to Michael Kane for being a great underwriter for WACA's coverage of Ashland High School football games. WACA-TV's coverage of tonight's game is sponsored in part by Mr. Handyman, the home improvement professionals. They're your one-call solution for a wide range of home maintenance and repair needs performed by fully insured technicians. Located right here in Ashland at 200 Butterfield Drive, give them a call at 508-231-4639 or request service at mrhandyman.com.
Technoplex Healthcare leverages its world-class materials science knowledge to deliver better patient outcomes by designing and manufacturing products that allow for less invasive procedures, reduce pain, enable faster healing, and safer drug delivery.
Technoplex is proud to sponsor the 2023 Ashland High football team.
Go Flyers!
Today's game is brought to you in part by Townhouse. Pizza, roast beef, subs, and more, make sure to get your fill with the buffalo chicken calzone that's been called one of the best in the area. Located at 300 Elliott Street in Ashland, give them a call at 508-881-3010 or find them on the web at townhousepizzaroastbeef.com. Today's soccer game is brought to you in part by the Ashland Ale House. With delicious food, a comfortable family atmosphere, and the friendliest service around, the Ashland Ale House is open for both indoor and outdoor seating, as well as curbside pickup. Visit them at ashlandalehouse.com to check out their menu and place an order.
Hey guys, happy Thanksgiving. You're live on TV right now.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Get up in front of their
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yes. All right. But I never thought.
Happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to the halftime show.
At this time, we'd like to honor the seniors who are playing in their final high school contest this morning. Seniors from Hopkinton, number 2, Jakai Belafato.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Number 3,
Happy Thanksgiving.
Ferrara.
You're a part of the halftime show. Thank you.
Go Ashland. Number 11, Russell Perryman. Number 13, Matthew Bidden. Number 23, John Sanda. Number 24, Jack Hurley. Number 41, Lucas Edmond. Number 44, Carlos Linton. Number 55, Andrew Winslow. Number 66, John Artine. Number 67, Alex Piccioli. Number 69, Mike Scardino. Number 73, Abdul Alashabi. And number 77, Jason Girard. Let's hear it for our seniors.
All right, everybody, welcome back for second half action here on Thanksgiving Day at Ashland High School, the Plateau, William Cunis Field. I'm Rob Silver with Chase Abrams. And Chase, what do you have to say about that first half?
I mean, not to rub it on too thick, but complete and utter domination from the Clockers on both sides of the ball. I mean, we just saw them controlling the line of scrimmage, which really is just the centerpiece for every play that's being made. And when you control the line of scrimmage, you're going to control the game. And the Clockers have absolutely done that so far. 21-0. And to me, it really doesn't even feel that close. They've had a few huge plays on defense, mostly against short fields. And meanwhile, the offense has scored 3 touchdowns in 5 attempts. So a couple for Kevin Ozalumba and then one for Jason Crispin.
And as they've often done in the face of adversity, they had that one turnover, the Clockers, on their side of the field. Hopkinton looked like they were getting something going. They got 1st and goal down around the 5-yard line, 4-yard line. And Omari Lee came up with a big tackle, and Devin O'Brien with a couple huge stops.
Yeah,
and,
defensive standout
from
of the game
1-yard
so far.
line. And he's having an amazing game. So they held there, and then 2 big plays, moved it up the field, and Ozalumba then broke the 65-yarder for his second score of the game to make it 14-0. 26-yard running play to start the scoring by Ozalumba, and then the Jason Crispin on the
pitch play pass.
Yeah, it was like it technically was a backwards pass, so he ran it in from 8 yards out.
Yep.
To complete the scoring.
Yeah.
He's had a lot of yards on the game, on the ground. So, like you said, total domination.
Yep.
And we'll get ready for the second half. Hopkinton will receive. PA announcer George Tubin announcing, giving recognition to all the seniors on this Ashland squad, as this is their last game.
Being received with some warm ovations. It's very cool to see.
Couple probably will go on and play a little bit, at the next level.
College ball, yeah.
Intramurals.
Yeah, it's
Thanksgiving Day games in the backyard, but for the most part, this is their.
I mean, I'm going to be playing a Thanksgiving Day game in the backyard.
End of their organized sports, yeah.
Not just limited to them. Yeah, it's easy to look back on that first half and see that Devin O'Brien 4th down stop as the kind of the momentum shifter. I mean, Hopkinton was rolling a little bit. They weren't looking great, but they were knocking on the door. O'Brien shut him down, and 3 plays later, Ozalumba broke a big run for the touchdown. But really, from the get-go, I mean, the first play from scrimmage, O'Brien knifed through and knocked a Hopkinton player on his back. So, like we've said,
Aaron Wolf
controlling so far.
Pooch kick again fielded cleanly by Hopkinton.
Runs in 4 Ashland players, spins through 3 of them before the last one brings him down.
That one, number 86, Cole Carney, sophomore.
Ashland happy to give Hopkinton solid field position. They haven't really done much with it so far.
Now they've tried every time some type of onside kick or little pooch, and Hopkinton has not been victim. And they've actually had pretty good starting field position on every play.
They're near midfield. They haven't run an offensive play.
Yeah. So once again, Hopkinton's sophomore quarterback, Josh Buntello, thrust into the spotlight here in a difficult situation, pitches it. This one's got some room. That was Fossbender, I believe. Cooper Fossbender, number 4, on the receiving end of the pitch. A flag on the play. Holding on Hopkinton.
That is going to go against the offense. Well, it was their first play where it looked like he had space to run. That explains why.
Never actually seen this before, but the ref is so reluctant. He's like, I have to call it.
Yeah.
Like, he basically feels bad calling the penalty.
Yeah, I mean, finally a strong offensive play from the Hillers, and they're going to get penalized
But
for
you
it.
can make the argument that the holding was the reason that they had the strong play. As Ashland's been really good on the, containing the
that option play, right?
Yeah, and moving down the side, down the line, not letting him get outside.
Yeah, I'm sure they talked with Buntello at the half about not kind of diagramming where he's going to go with that pitch. As they try to run it again, and this time, guess who's there but Devin O'Brien? It's a 3-yard TFL for number 11, the junior linebacker, and it's going to set him back to a 2nd and 18. So Hillers get the ball, move back, now 8 yards. So O'Brien, another TFL. That gives him 3 or 4 on the day. Going to be a straight-up pass play. Dropping back to pass. Hit as he throws, and it's intercepted. Ozalumba coming away with it and running back the other way. He's going to be stopped around the 30-yard line. No whistle. Finally blown dead. Ozalumba comes away with the pick, and the Clockers will take over at the 30.
Omari Lee goes out to congratulate him.
Another great pressure from the Ashland defensive line forced that interception. That ball just fell right into Kevin Ozalumba's lap, and he took it back about 10 yards.
Flags after the
play.
change of possession, but probably a celebratory. Yeah. So against
it's going to go against Ashland. Yeah, so I did a little asking around. You and I talked about, potentially a trick play to Nate Kavanaugh or someone like that. It turns out in the official playbook there is no trick play drawn up for Nate. We could, however, see one for Matt Terry or Amari Lee, who you mentioned as well. So something to keep an eye on as the Clockers have a pretty comfortable 21-0 lead right now. That pitch is going to go to Crispin. He's got a little space to work. Middle of the field, gets through the middle part of the defense, and he's going to be close to a first down. There's going to be a flag after the fact.
Getting a little chippy.
It is getting pretty chippy. Between Cam Antonick and number 2,
John
Ja'Kai Bellafato.
For Hopkinton. Want to bring up a couple things. That one's going to go again, personal foul against Ashland.
It's going to be against Antonick.
But we talked about Bobby Platinum's Thanksgiving Day lines. One of the any player to score 3 or more touchdowns. Ozalumba in the running. He's got 2.
Almost had a third one.
Defensive. Will there be a defensive score? 14-1 odds.
He could have cashed them both in.
On that, yeah.
It's a personal foul. Sets the Clockers 10 yards back. Makes it 2nd and 12.
The over-under on completions, 5.5, trending towards the under right now.
Yes. Yeah, and not counting completions to the defense.
Rushing yards, 89.5 over-under for Ozalumba. Well over.
He is over that, yeah.
Crispin, 79.5. He's probably right around there.
Be getting pretty close. Yeah, he's
might be over. Yeah.
His average has got to be around 6 or 7 right now. I mean, they have been really, really efficient on the ground.
Put him at close to 70 yards. Ozalumba's about 150.
Okay, 2nd and 12 for Ashland.
As the wind is picking up a little bit.
Clockers back in the gunk formation. Will be a pitch to Ozalumba. Shakes the first tackle, goes down, and there's another flag on the play.
That's got to be on Hopkinton because Coach McKay was waving his hands. He saw it. It's probably a face mask. Horse collar.
Horse collar, yeah. Shout out to my mom who was surprised that I knew what that term meant. That's a horse collar tackle right there, Mom. Can't do that. Ozalumba brought down by that back of the collar That'll give the Clockers, I believe, 10. Nope, there it's going to give them 15 yards of field position, so an automatic first down for Ashland.
Not automatic. They don't have automatic first downs
Well, is that like
in high school.
I was just saying, because it's more than the yards needed to gain.
So it gives them a first down.
Gives them a first. Yeah, thank you.
Technical,
thank you.
but just
10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Still 21-0 Ashland.
Fakes the handoff.
Fake the pitch. It's going to be a handoff, bobbled for a second by. That's number 8 for Ashland, but he hits the deck holding on to the ball.
Nick Pedroli with a nice tackle there for Hopkinton.
That was Crispin who got the handoff, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Just double checking.
Devin O'Brien under center.
And the Wildcat. He's going to hold on to it. Got some blockers. Bounces it to the outside. Cutting it back towards the inside, and he's tripped up. Strong gain for O'Brien still.
I think he just slipped on that cut.
Going to be close to the line to gain here. 3rd and short for Ashland. 3rd and about 2.
If O'Brien is going to have a shot at the MVP, he needs an offensive
touchdown.
I know that's what the
right
judges
now,
are looking at.
It's tough to beat Ozalumba's 2 rushing touchdowns, 100 rushing yards, and an interception right now.
And even Crispin's in the running.
Crispin is in the running. You're just going to plow straight ahead. Going to be close to that first down marker. We'll see what the refs spot him. Cam Anton at QB keeper, just the QB sneak. Right up the gut. It's not a favorable spot. Clockers might just try it again.
3rd and 1.
4th and 1.
4th and 1, yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, they hadn't flipped the marker there just yet.
Yeah.
Mari Lee heads to the sideline. Well, Ozalumba and Antonik figure out the play.
It's interesting they didn't go with the quick snap again.
I think that they still could.
The hard count?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, what they like to do is rush up to the line. You know. Now a timeout. So with the timeout, we get to thank one of our. They're all our favorites, but.
Yeah, Townhouse Pizza. Pizza, subs, roast beef, and more. Be sure to fill up with the Buffalo Chicken Calzone that's been called one of the best in the area. Located at 300 Elliott Street in Ashland. Give them a call at 508-881-3010 or find them on the web at townhousepizzaroastbeef.com.
Yeah, special thanks for feeding us all season long for our home games.
Yeah. Who else could provide Rob with his signature grape soda?
And the grape soda that we've thrown into the mix.
Yes. They even throw it into the order when you're not here. They know you so well.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like a tribute. It's a Rob Silver tribute, the grape soda.
Mm-hmm. So, scenario 4th and 1. 8:05 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Clockers will get in
back to
motion into gunk formation this time. Antonik spins around, lunges forward, and it's enough for the first down.
Yeah, they really exploited the left side of the Hopkinton. The left side of our offensive line has had a lot of success.
Yep.
With the right side of the Hopkinton.
Was that the Nate Kavanaugh side of the offensive line?
It could be.
Because that would make sense. Nate Kavanaugh and Matt Terry, the 2 senior captains lined up next to each other, left tackle and left guard. Gunk formation, O'Brien, the QB keeper, out of the Wildcat. Fights off a couple tackles. He's got a group of people pushing him from behind. It'll be a solid gain on first down.
Kevin Botsis and Sandeep Reddy.
Yeah, some more seniors getting some
helping
game
out.
Minutes.
I'll bring up a 2nd and 2 for Ashland.
Clockers will stick with the gunk formation here.
Crispin.
Hand off to Crispin. He's got some space on the outside. Moves it back towards the inside. Spinning across the goal line. Touchdown. Jason Crispin's 2nd rushing touchdown of the game, and it gives the Clockers a 27-0 lead with 6:43 to go in the 3rd quarter. Crispin, Big burst of speed, one of the few runs to the outside we've seen from the Ashland offense today. Working to perfection there. He had plenty of space to move and maneuvered his way across the goal line for 6.
Aaron Wolf looking to make it 4 for 4 on the extra points. Bangs that one through.
A lot of leg behind that extra point try. Still going up when it crossed the goal line.
Just a sophomore. I think before the end of his high school career, we'll see a 40-yarder.
Yeah.
40-yard field goal at some point.
That's a strong take, Rob. I like it.
I mean, everything has to kind of fall into place. It's got to be the end of a second, the end of the half. It's got to be a long, 4th and something where you can't just get a,
either
our only option. Like in the Super Bowl, when we were in the Super Bowl, they tried to kick Agostinelli at the end of the first half. They were able to get it down there with like 2 seconds down.
Oh, I do remember this.
I think it was like a 40-yard or 35.
I don't think he hit it though, right?
No, it was a windy day.
Yeah.
Snap, the hold, everything's got to be perfect.
That was such a cool moment.
Another pooch kick.
Cool data to see Clockers win a state championship.
That one.
Bunts to the outside. He's got some space to run. Moving down the far sideline, cuts it back inside, and finally brought down across the Clocker 40-yard line. Giving Hopkinton a little boost of momentum there.
Christian Pereira, definitely one of the spark plugs on the Hopkinton offense.
Yeah, do not kick it to him again.
And another flag on the play. Another hold on Hopkinton. That is coming back. The hold was on the 37-yard line, so that's going to push it to the 27-yard line.
Wow.
Ends up basically being a 33-yard penalty.
Yeah. And then there's going to be, it looks like someone was talking back to the ref, so that's going to push him even further back.
No excuse for that.
Yeah, no. In a game when you are rooting for Ashland, it's still tough to see this happen.
Coach McKay pulling his squad over to the side, going out there talking to him, and I'm sure he's probably saying, hey, listen, these guys are frustrated.
Yep.
Just don't play into it. Don't do anything you're going to regret.
Exactly.
Just,
You've got a 28-point lead. Don't let them pull you into it.
Yeah, exactly. Play a clean game. You're doing what you need to do. And, yeah.
They're only doing this because they're trying to hurt him on the field because they can't hurt him on the scoreboard.
So the first penalty took it down to the 27, and then the 15 yards afterwards takes it to the 12. And just to be honest, I think they spotted that incorrectly, because if it was the 27, it should be half the distance, or it should be the 13.5. But, and maybe they're noticing that now.
To really put it in perspective.
Hold on. Let's see if they move it a yard and a half.
See if they heard you. To really put things in perspective, that kick return got them to the Ashland 38-yard line, and instead, they're currently standing on their own 12. So just to do some quick math, that is 50 yards.
Yeah, 48. Yeah, where were they?
They were at the 38, now they're at the 12.
Yeah,
so that's a 50-yard difference right there. That is half a football field of field position that they just lost in a couple penalties.
So they're going to have to start slinging it,
Spread formation. Watch this Ashland defensive line. He gets a pass off, but it's going to be way too high over the head of his receiver on the near side. He was targeting Pantera on the near side. Mentioned his name early on in the game. Haven't seen him as a big part of the offensive game plan. Ashland defense has just shut down everything.
Yeah, that's what I said. If they can get to the quarterback, they'll negate any pass plays, and that's what they've done. And with Buntello having to throw the ball, he had the wind coming right behind him at that exact angle, so he overthrew it. It's tough conditions to begin with, even on a perfect day.
Also could be seeing ghosts. I mean, Clocker's D-line is pressuring him on every opportunity.
Mishandled snap.
Move toward the far side. It's a strong tackle being wrestled to the ground. Is that Lee on the far side?
That was Ozalumba.
Or that's Ozalumba. That's a big tackle from Ozalumba. Sets him back another 2 or 3 yards. So 3rd and long from their own 9-yard line for the Hillers. Oh, they're on their own 7.
Why is this wet? Why is my towel wet?
You got a beverage in there?
No, that's what scares me.
Yeah.
It could be the
Been
roof.
there.
Could be my energy drink, but.
All right.
So 3rd and 15.
Tight formation from the Hillers here. Straight ahead pass. He drops back to throw, moving towards the outside. It's going to go in between pretty much everybody. Falling at the feet of Crispin.
Pass intended for number 5, Sam Pantera, was incomplete.
Omari Lee right in there again, as well as Matt Terry.
Yeah, so really just a drive that not only went nowhere for the Hillers, but to bring up the math again, that netted negative 55 yards. So looks like they're just going to punt this one away with 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Still 28-0 in favor of the Clockers.
Nobody.
Clockers, yeah, once again. Oh, Nate Kavanaugh very nearly got a hand on that punt. You could hear some Clocker fans cheering for that. They saw it coming just out of the reach of the 6'6" defensive tackle. But making his impact felt nonetheless. So the punt will land around the 46-yard line, still on the Hopkinton side of the field, and that is where the Clockers will take over.
Well, that's a perfect example of what I was talking about. When you bring everybody and you have nobody back to receive. It landed around the 36, rolls forward another 10.
Yeah.
You know, generally speaking, in these games, 10 yards of field position is not going to make or break your touchdown drive if that's, you know, where you end up.
Back to the gunk formation if it ain't broke, right?
So both Crispin and Ozalumba with 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Again, if you were taking the 10-1 any play to score 3 touchdowns, you're on the edge of the
Sitting
seat.
pretty.
5:13 to go.
Yeah, I mean,
flag. That's got to be on Ashland.
So pretty.
It's a holding on Ashland.
Pretty much a penalty-free first half has been, I guess, put aside now with a lot of flags so far in the second half.
Generally speaking, Ashland is a very well-coached team, very well-disciplined as far as penalties.
It's a staple of the Coach McKay era. This will move him back 10 yards. 1st and 20 now for Ashland.
Ozalumba comes off the field, little gingerly. Plenty of people to replace him. Who do we got in the lineup here? That's
number
David
13,
Sales.
number 17 out there. First time seeing those numbers.
It goes to Crispin.
Crispin, nice cut to the inside. Stays on his feet. Being wrestled down finally, but as it stands, it'll be about a 5-yard gain for Crispin on 1st and 20, excuse me. So it'll make it 2nd and 15.
Patiently follows his blocks.
2nd and 13 for Ashland.
Who you got for number 17 on your roster?
Benjamin Atherton, sophomore.
Well, he just came back to receive the play.
Yeah.
Is he in at quarterback right now?
Looks like.
Definitely looks like it.
Looks like that.
He's going to keep it himself, bounce it towards the middle. Got some blockers behind him. He'll be across the original line of scrimmage.
Healthy gain, 8 yards for Atherton.
His first run of the day. And that's a good start for the sophomore.
3rd and 8 for Ashland.
I don't know if he's possibly the quarterback of the future for Ashland come next year.
Yes, some questions about next year's team, but they will be answered in time. Some junior standouts have already made their names known in this game. We've mentioned Ozalumba. Actually, Ozalumba, a sophomore, but Devin O'Brien, a big piece of this team, as well as Robbie Rudisil.
Yeah, and they get Kwani Emerald back.
Yes,
Hopefully
that's a big one for this team as well.
This is a potential Super Bowl team next year.
Wow. It's a strong take, Rob.
Speaking
Definitely
of
hope
strong take,
so.
That was Atherton with a strong 6-yard run.
Atherton up the middle.
He's just 1 yard shy, 4th and 1.
Yeah, no, a tailback duo of Quan Amaral and Kevin Ozalumba is something to be worried about for other teams for sure.
So Antonek Ozalumba and they don't bring in Zach Brennan. They got enough people in there. Sales comes off. So they go back to the old reliable.
4th down, we could see them. Nope, they're going to try to draw them off sides. Hopkinton finally sees it coming. See if they just go straight ahead here.
Wants a timeout with 1 second left on the play clock. Is what he told the back judge.
And there it is. Timeout for the Clockers.
So 2:33 to go in the third quarter. It's 28-0 Ashland Clockers over the Hopkinton Hillers. And hey, You know, I like to embarrass you with the.
Dad
I
joke?
don't do it
okay.
to embarrass you. Actually, the trivia.
Okay.
Do you know?
All right, I'm hoping I'm up to the challenge here.
Yeah, hold on. Do you know what the Hopkinton Hillers nickname was before they were? I'm going to give you choices, okay? Before they were the Hillers, they were A, marathoners, B, stone throwers, C, pilgrims, D, Redhawks.
I feel like the Pilgrims make sense.
Huh. I think you're just in a Thanksgiving Day mood.
I might just be in a Thanksgiving
And
Day
that's
mood.
why I put that answer in there to throw you off.
You knew it. All right. The Marathoners?
No.
All right, I'm not going to keep guessing then.
Well, you only have two left, Redhawks or the Stone Throwers.
Stone Throwers.
It was the Stone
Yes!
Throwers, yes.
First try.
And then 4th and 1, they push ahead.
That's
Wow.
going to be enough.
I see you with your eagle pride like that. That's,
I mean, you know,
yeah.
that is just mentally and physically exhausting for the defensive team and fans alike. When your offensive line is able to just dominate the point of attack like that, like the Clockers just did, like the Philadelphia Eagles have done in the NFL this year.
They bring in sophomore
Just a
Atherton
backbreaker.
again to
run the
run the
offense.
offense from here. Got a couple other trivia questions I'll throw in there.
Okay. Got under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter here. Still a 28-0 lead for the Clockers. Atherton, the QB keeper. Bouncing it to the outside, runs into his own offensive line, it looked like, and he's going to pick up no yards. A couple players hit the deck after the whistle's blown. No flags thrown on the play, however.
That was a hard tackle.
First contact by Ben Pantera, number 12. Bring up a 2nd and 10 for Ashland.
Just a quick note, Tri-Valley League standings right now. Norwood's done in the Tri-Valley League, 4-1. With their loss to Westwood, you know, it throws the division into, it's wide open. And today's Westwood-Holliston game will basically determine who, as we get a pitch.
Here we go.
Is that Crispin?
Crispin again.
Yes. So Westwood, Holliston, 3-1. They're playing today in Westwood. Holliston looking for some redemption on their season. If they can win in Westwood, they'll have a share of the title.
Okay.
Even though they lost head-to-head to Norwood, they don't do any of that tie-breaking stuff. They're just co-champions.
Okay. How do the players feel about a co-champion title? I feel like that's...
I'm sure they'll take it. I mean, in the COVID-shortened year, we had 3 teams atop the title. With like 3-1 because they played a short season. Ashland, Holliston, and Norwood.
Good for Ashland.
And that's going to run out the clock with 22 seconds left. Clockers are going to be content to pick up the drive at the other side of the field.
Yeah, I mean, they just knocked 5 minutes off the clock, and they're not even in the red zone yet.
A lot of people have places to go. I kind of heard the athletic director rumbling about quick game. He was rooting for the the gunk offense.
He's got Cowboys. He's got Cowboys Thanksgiving game to watch.
Really picks up.
Yeah. I apologize for that feedback.
I think it moved you a couple feet. There's a pitch to David Sales.
Going to try to get the seniors involved a little bit more. I don't see Sales involved in the gunk offense too much, but gave him the pitch there. Not much room to work with, however, and it'll be 3rd down. Still 3rd and pretty manageable, though. 3rd and 2.
Ozalumba back in with Omari Lee.
Thinking they might just, looks like they're doing this thing where they've just got all the seniors in for the first couple of downs, then when they've got to convert, they bring the regular offense back out.
Well, they have, Atherton's
yeah.
still in there running the show.
True. That's true.
But they did bring in, like Antonuk on 4th down. So, see what Atherton does. He pitches to Ozalumba, tries to bounce it outside, gets enough for the 1st down, I think.
Ashland pushing the pile forward still. It's a show of strength, and Ozalumba finally hits the turf. But not until after crossing the line again. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Clockers.
This is where the playbook really opens up. Thanksgiving Day, 28-0. 1st and goal. Got a lot of options.
and plenty of time. I'm you know, hate to state the obvious here, but I'm thinking it's going to be 4 straight run plays out of the gunk formation.
I don't expect to see Crispin or Ozalumba taking this one in.
Yeah, number 10 on the roster.
Yeah,
Who you got there?
Or Atherton himself.
Atherton wrestled to the turf there. It's
Yeah.
going to be no gain for the sophomore.
Gets about a yard or two down to the 5-yard line.
Number 57, Sean Baker. Like a 1-yard gain. Second down and goal, Ashland.
But one would suspect it's going to go to Sales or Friels.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 10, number 13.
Yeah, watch out for them on your screen.
You also got Vince Mermelstein in there, number 7.
Yeah, like you said, Friels and Sales, the 2 primary options on the outside for a possible pitch. This one's going to go to Friels, moving towards the inside, and he's wrestled to the turf inside the 5. So he gets a couple, but still short of the goal line. It'll be 3rd and 4. 3rd and goal from the 4.
Bring up a 3rd and goal from the 4.5-yard line.
Some clockers, of course, in 4-down territory here. Look out for a potential trick play. Could also see Matt Terry on the possible receiving end of a trick play, but we will see. Snap, Atherton goes back to Sales.
He gets
he
down
was
to
so
the
close.
4th and
Sales, tackled by number 73, Abdul.
4th and goal from the 1-yard line.
4th and goal, Ashland from the 2-yard line.
Let's see if McKay goes deep into the bag of tricks or he just keeps it simple with what's been working.
I want to thank our crew, by the way. Brady Montesino down on the field with the camera shots. Colin Turner, Alicia Hall, Jeff Hall, and Paul Bowden.
Always
thank you so
thankful
much
to our
for
crew.
bringing us this great broadcast. Atherton.
Goes to Sales.
Sales
Bounce to
has
the
it.
outside, shows the speed, and he's in for a touchdown. David Sales, the 5th touchdown of the day for the Clockers. It's another rushing touchdown for Ashland, and he makes it 34-0.
And David Sales, 5-1 with the anytime touchdown.
Good line.
So if you had that, you just cashed in. Nice ticket. The surprising Cam Antonuk at -120 for an anytime touchdown. Crispin and Ozalumba both even money.
Aaron Wolf stays perfect, 5 for 5 on extra points today.
Yeah.
It's a 35-0 advantage. They're just going to keep the clock running now. We're under 7 minutes to go in the game. I looked at the clock. I was like, wow, that was quick.
Running clock when the score's over, I think 28 or 31 in the 4th quarter.
Well, there you go.
Aaron Wolf, just another one in the line of great kickers.
Someone
that
to shout out.
I mean, before him, we had John Gillia.
Yep,
and,
John Gillia,
Agostinelli was great.
On that Super Bowl team, of course. Yes, Aaron Wolf, definitely a name to keep an eye on. Another sophomore standout on this team, the kicker, number 89. Gotta love to see a kicker wearing 89, right?
Shout out to Happy Thanksgiving to Andrew McKay and all his coaches, Matt Messer, Pete Zakilli, Nick Zakilli, John Champagula, John Noel, Mark McKay, Brad Jackson, Joe Mispelli, Makia Lambert, Jason Mead, and Griffin Marchand. Happy Thanksgiving, and Tim Deloria coming back and helping with the filming when able to do so, not officially on the coaching staff.
Still grateful, though.
Always happy to help out as Wolf. One more pooch kick. Fielded again. Clean the fumble on the hit.
Matt Terry forces the fumble and Ashland recovers.
David Sales with a touchdown and a fumble recovery.
Matt Terry, picture perfect form with the peanut punch to jar that ball loose. David Sales in perfect position to pounce on it, and it's going to be clocker ball in the Hopkinton zone of the 40-yard line. That poor Hopkinton player received the kick, saw 3 clockers bearing down on him, including big senior captain Matt Terry, who punched that ball loose. Clockers take over. So Ashland, like you said, has struggled a little bit in the past in these Thanksgiving Day games. I mean, what, they've won 4 of the last 21 contests?
Yeah, it's been better lately. Like I said, 2 years ago at home, a big huge win is Ozalumba.
Yeah, I mean, Ashland really leaving absolutely nothing to
yards.
chance here. Already a 5-score lead, 4.5 minutes to go, and they're just pounding the rock through Hopkinton's zone, looking for another score potentially. A little bit of a measure of revenge for last year, for all these lost contests.
So that might be Crispin's last touch as he comes off the field.
Yeah, big
Gets
hug
a
for
nice
Coach McKay.
embrace from Andrew McKay in his 13th season as head coach. So the sophomore Atherton takes the snap, pitches to Friels, who still
Breaks the first tackle. He's staying on his feet. He'll be across for a first down. He's still up, finally going down. Ashland showing the strength advantage. They've pushed the pile a few times in this game.
What looked like just a 2-3 yard potential play ends up being 8 yards.
Yeah, Friels kept driving. His teammates kept pushing. Clockers of another first down. Slew of substitutions.
Yeah, Isaiah Early coming in, number 30.
Sophomore?
Yeah, sophomore. As Jared Canning comes out of the. Also in is Gavin Jones, the junior, number 52. Matt Terry making the head count, making sure they have enough players.
Yeah, shout out to some of these seniors who have come out for probably the last time here. This is their final game of their high school careers.
Dante Merloni, number 26.
Yeah, and this is a heck of a game to finish it up on.
Atherton
35-0.
Rolls it right up the middle.
35-0 against your biggest rival is that's a heck of a farewell right there.
Malachi Lambert gets into the game here. Josh Lambert coming in, and Kevin Ozalumba coming off the field. Matt Terry coming off the field, the senior captain. Impressive game.
Heck of a career for these seniors.
2:17 to go. Atherton.
Friels again. Fighting once again. This time Hopkinton will get him to the turf a little bit earlier. Got 2 minutes to go here in the game.
Cole Tubin enters the game, as does Alfredo Nito.
Yeah, Alfredo on the call for the Powder Puff game earlier this week.
Out of the game comes senior Sandeep Reddy. Solid game today for Sandeep. .137 to go on the clock.
Crowd's starting to clear out a little bit.
Atherton pitches to number 25. That's Malachi Lambert.
That's the number 25, Malachi Lambert. That's good for an Ashland first down.
First down for Malachi.
Seniors coming back in the game. Big ovation from their teammates.
And,
we'll see what they run here.
Into the game as part of this lineup, Jerry Judge, number 3, the senior,
Antonic back out there.
Injury plagued season, started off on the IR. Saw limited snaps during the season, but just a nagging injury.
We're gonna go into a spread out formation here.
I think they're just gonna take.
They're just gonna kneel it. Seniors,
Number
an all senior
36,
lineup to
Syed
kneel
Ali
things out.
Yeah.
Cam Antonic takes the knee.
That's
We're under
be it.
40 seconds to go, and it looks like that's gonna do it. Football players embracing on the field, on the sideline, as well as the coaches. It's a Thanksgiving Day showdown. The Clockers 35, the Hillers nothing.
So we'll do just a quick recap of the scoring. Ashland took the first snap.
Ashland 35, Hopkinton 0. Thank you all for coming out and supporting these
Round of applause as they'll all gather on their respective sides of the field and give out their Thanksgiving Day awards.
Thanksgiving.
Speaking of Thanksgiving Day awards, we got a couple to give out ourselves.
Yeah, well, the recap real quick, but Ashland took the first drive down there, very methodical as they've done all season through the Gunk offense, and it was capped off by a 26-yard touchdown run by Kevin Ozalumba. And after a stop, Ashland turned it over. As you mentioned, Hopkinton looked like they were going to go in for the score, first and goal from the 5-yard line, but the definitive play that turned everything around, your guy, Devin O'Brien. Devin O'Brien, MVP of defense today.
We'll give him that, absolutely.
Hands down. Outstanding game for the junior. And then Ashland took it down the field, a couple big running plays, and then the huge run by Kevin Ozalumba, 65 yards for the second score, make it 14-0. Later in the second quarter, it was Jason Crispin on almost a screen pass, but it was a lateral from the 8-yard line. Crispin would score again in the third quarter, was it?
Yep.
To make it 28-0.
We'll give him the MVP of our offense, absolutely.
And then it was senior David Sales with a score in the fourth
final
quarter.
Touchdown.
Yeah. And there you go. The silver medal, the MVP. Was that senior day?
We gotta give it to Crispin, right?
That was in the pregame.
Yeah.
I said he was a good value.
We'll give it to Crispin.
And not taking anything away from Ozalumba, who also had an interception. But Crispin was the workhorse. He definitely had more carries. Hopkinton fans and friends and families everywhere. Ashland Clockers, hope you have a great day. They're going to go down and do the awards presentation. I'm not sure if Brady Morosino is going to film down there. I don't know if that's the case, but
it's got experience
we'll do
in
the
that arena.
presentation. And on behalf of my partner, Chase Abrams, and our crew again today, let me thank them. Brady Montesino, Colin Turner, Alicia Hall, Jeff Hall, Paul Bowden. I want to say thank you. I'm Rob Silver. Good night.
Yeah,
Good day, and go Clockers.
Happy Thanksgiving.